Hello YouTube, it is November the 22nd, 2018. Uh, just want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving here in the United States and across the world. Those of you that are celebrating today, I know it's a different date in Canada. I think it's in October up there, but yeah, hope all my friends and fans and subscribers up in Canada are doing well. Had a wonderful, wonderful holiday today, and turkey turned out great. All the food was good, the cooking was good, but I got to get ready to go to sleep in about an hour and a half, so I got to get up at 1:30 in the morning for work. Yeah, I'm in the mattress business, and I work out of a warehouse, so we start work pretty early in the morning, and got to have our picking done before the trucks get there and our loadout process begins. So that's going to be my tomorrow and Saturday, and I'm going to start looking a little bit more in depth tomorrow, and then probably Saturday I'm going to go ahead and start going to the auto dealerships and look at trading out of my Taurus. It's starting to nickel and dime me to death, and I just did all that work, the plugs and wires and everything. Had to pull the intake off. I notice when I go, when I stop at a stoplight, because it's getting cold, it's going to be very cold in the morning, about 20 degrees here in New Jersey when I leave for work. You stop at a stoplight and it's that cold out, the heat still works, but it gets a little less. I know there's fixes, but knowing my luck, we'll go through every single fix before we get it right. I just had to put a battery in it, and ever since I put the battery in it, first to second, the transmission's almost feeling like it's got some slippage. So I just cleared the codes and reset the computer. There wasn't any codes. Engine light was good. Readiness monitors were all good. So we're we'll see how it does on the way to work tomorrow on its drive cycle. But I'm the car's almost 16 years old, and it was a $3,500 car, and when I bought it, and I've gotten my use out of it, and as far as I'm concerned, it owes me nothing. But I'm just tired of it. It's at the point where it's nickel and diming me to death. So I'm looking for a similar type car. I may even go a route that I thought I would swore I would never go with, and possibly looking at maybe a Hyundai Sonata. So we'll see. It's just a daily putt car to get me back and forth to work. Maybe down the road when there's more money, I'd like to look at possibly getting like a Mustang or something, Camaro or something I can have fun with, maybe track once in a while. So anyhow, that's kind of what's going on right now. And I hope, like I said, I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and ours is great here. On some other things, try and keep this video short. This channel we started out 5.5 years ago as the PC Lover 81 channel. A few years ago, I decided to monetize the channel, and it became PC Lover 81's World. And I'm sitting down, and I have made a decision, and I have an announcement that we are going to be changing the name of this channel. For those of you that don't know, I'm Dave. I run the channel. I own the channel. I make all the videos. I was the guy that spent hundreds of dollars to make this computer build and upgrade videos for you guys, so that when my channel was monetized, before YouTube changed their partner program rules earlier this year, took my monetization away because I don't have the subscribers and the money coming in. I would spend $200 to $300 making those videos, buying parts and stuff for upgrading to make 58 cents on a video. Now, there are some people that have theories. I mentioned my support of a conservative candidate who ran for president of the United States a couple years ago. After I mentioned that, my view counts went straight down. Now, like as I've said before here, you know what, you guys vote however you want. I'm not here to tell you who to vote, but I will voice my opinion on things from time to time. So that's the announcement. There is a name change in the very near future. Um, I'm probably going to include my first name, not my last name, but my first name in the name of the channel. You know, maybe something like Dave's World of Music, Cars, and Computers, that sort of thing. You know, and you know we might do like the vlogs, I guess they call them, where you blog on video and we have cameras. You know, maybe I might even get some stuff in and you know have like little discussions with people, or I sit in a chair here, somebody sits in a chair over here, and we talk about you know different things going on. So sorry about that, guys. That damn camera's a piece of junk. We're gonna definitely have to swap that out before we do that. And so name change definitely coming up as soon as I figure it out. That's what it is. I'll do a video about it when it happens. It's not to alienate you computer guys, those of you that come here to look for builds and upgrades and stuff like that. I want to take the channel a different direction. I want to get some new subscribers, and I like real subscribers here. You know, not to insult anybody, but there are other people in the YouTube community whose channels I subscribe to and follow, and I've actually unsubscribed myself from a few channels because you know, these people, you know, I'm a fan of the Beatles. I like classic rock, and I have pretty much all my life. However, you know, I was watching one video where a girl barely had, you know, like 400 or 500 subscribers 6 months ago, and now she's got people sending her gifts, and her subscriptions have grown to more than 1,500. And, you know, all these people, when that 50th anniversary of the White Album came out, they had to go running out, all of them, and get it. And one thing I realized about all these people, they're collectors. Do they love music when they got to sit there and give you an analysis of every single song? They're collectors. And they're, you know, fact finders with their little factoids about groups. But if you know if you got to know who's playing every single note in every single song, are you really a fan of the music, or are you just, you know, somebody that's a collector who likes to know about things? You know, to me, with music, you know what? When I was a kid, I knew that Joe Elliott was the singer in Def Leppard. I could give a shit less that Rick Allen was a drummer. You know, I think Rick Allen's phenomenal. He's a terrific drummer. I have probably more respect for him than any other drummer aside from Carl Palmer. Just because, you know, you lose an arm, you don't let it stop you. You learn how to play a drum kit with your feet, and you come back and you know you record one of the greatest albums in history. I truly believe Hysteria is one of the big things that's probably going to push them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just because it was such a phenomenal album. I've worn out probably 10, 12 copies of that since 1987. So, you know, anyway, I'm rambling on a little bit here, but, you know, as far as some of these other people, you know, I don't need people sending me gifts to this channel. You know, I have no need to have 30 copies of Sgt. Pepper. The 3 copies I have are fine. You know, I have a 1987 copy, and I think I believe I have the 2009 remaster I bought by itself out at Wally World, and then there's the 2009 remaster in the black box set, stereo remaster, and the black stereo box set that I got about a year and a half ago. I did a video about it. You guys would remember, those of you that are Beatles fans. So that's all I need. And then I have one that I actually digitized off the cassette tape, but that's pretty worthless to me because the really long note at the end of a day in the life, it gets cut off on the cassette tape. So, you know, when I spent the money and got the real CD, we pretty much, you know, that one that I made digitized off the cassette tape, which was a lot of work, by the way, because I had to do it in real time. You know, we don't use that. It just more or less sits in a box in a closet collecting dust. But anyhow, you know, I'm a lover of music. I want to talk about music, and I want my fans to be real fans. I'm not interested in my fans of music, you know, that like my channel being fellow collectors. Um, there's also one other thing I noticed. You know, that there seems to be, as of late, a real obsession with England. England, you have a royal family. You have a prince. You have a queen. You have a king. You know, guys, I live in America. You know, I will never reveal my last name here, but I was raised by an Englishman. But even with that being said, I do not understand the world's obsession with England in terms of music. You watch these house shows, that open concept floor plan. You know, that's what was real big in England in its early days. You know, I watch some of these other videos. He goes, "Oh, I got David Bowie. I have every single album. Oh, he's just wonderful." In my opinion, if you have Let's Dance, you have every single David Bowie album you ever need. You know, if you need to hear David Bowie, just put FM radio on and tune it to your local classic rock station. If they're owned by any one of the 5 companies that own all the stations here in the United States of America, because there's a freaking monopoly on that, uh, you know, you're bound to hear David Bowie, or you'll hear Queen and David Bowie like 50 gazillion times a day or a whole bunch of times a week, because that's all they know how to play. One English artist straight to another. You know, there's wonderful artists from Canada. There's, you know, wonderful artists from other countries that never get any airplay because they're, you know, these stations just want to continue to play artists from England. Now I know there are some people that say, "Oh, you babble on, you know, meaningless, pointless facts." Well, it's not a pointless fact. I work 8 hours a day, and we have a radio on at work, and I hear this, and the man I work with, because we operate a satellite warehouse, so it's me and him all day after the delivery truck guys leave. We hear this all day long, almost 9 hours a fucking day, guys. It's ridiculous. I mean, I could sit here and pull up playlist history, jot the stuff down, and read it off to you. It's amazing. And then, you know, some of these people getting nominated into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, you want to know about Stevie Nicks? You do your homework on Stevie Nicks. I don't need to tell you about her. You know, I'm just know that I'm not a fan of hers. So anyhow, you know, I'll cut the video short there, as I wanted this one to be short, and here we are at 13 minutes, and I got to go to bed in just over an hour. But so we got to get this published and upload it. But anyhow, new name coming for the channel. If I get a different car next weekend, you know, we'll try to do a little video about the car, show you what I got if I do get something else. Definitely going to be having more discussion about music. And you know what, I'm going to break my own rules. We may even get a little political here from time to time, but you know, we're not going to talk about the current occupant of the White House every day, so don't get scared and chased away. You know, you hear enough about him, and you hear enough about that young girl, that Ocasio-Cortez girl up in New York. You know, if they don't like her so much, maybe the news networks ought to stop showing her stop covering her so much if they don't like her. Maybe they are obsessed with her. Who knows? But anyhow, you know, we may even. I'm gonna probably break my own rule from time to time and you know, voice my feelings on some things. But we're not gonna have it get overbearing here, guys. I just want this channel to be more interesting, and I'm taking it in a different direction. You know, there are people that have come here that think this is strictly a gaming channel. I'm sorry, but if you play Quake and Diablo and you want me to talk to you about video games, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't played a video game in about 25 years. And that's that. So, anyhow, I hope to continue to have all of you that are current subscribers going forward. If you want to chime in and offer ideas for the, you know, for the new format when I finally decide on the new name, And if you have ideas for stuff that you want to see from time to time, feel free to message. Keep the comments nice and free of criticism. There's enough of that in the world. Um, I'm a guy. I march to the beat of my own drum, and I'm not going to be, one of these other people that comes on and basically does the exact same video every day, just with a different title. There's enough of that on television. There's enough of that in the music industry, and quite frankly, my friends, there's enough of that in the YouTube community. And on that note, you guys enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving, and I will see you in the next video. I thank you very, very much, those of you that have been by my side and been a supporter for the last 5 years. Stick with me. There's more exciting videos to come ahead in the future on this channel. Take care.